Juneteenth. Juneteenth. Say that again. Juneteenth. Mixed emotions about this one. Some people still scratching their head trying to figure out what happened. Some people don't know what happened. Some people are just actually learning that happened. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel. How should you celebrate this? The president, Joe Biden, had declared it to be a federal holiday. Certain states declared it to be state holiday, and Texas pretty much celebrated many years ago. How do y'all feel not knowing a lot about this? Because there's just nothing in the world was going to get them to teach you this in school. So on December 31st in 1862, it was also known as Freedom's Eve. Freedom Eve was the night before slavery supposed to end it or did end in certain areas. So we thought. So black folks were preparing certain foods, certain dishes, dancing in celebration, going to church. That might tie in while black people go to church for a different kind of reason on New Year's Eve. There might be a tie into that. So in church, probably a lot of prayer going on, hoping to see the next day. So they had men on hilltops all over, making sure no ambushers were coming while people are in their most vulnerable moment. They would holler out every minute, on every hour, the time it is at that nighttime. If it was 10 o'clock, they yelled 10 o'clock. The time is now 11 o'clock, and so on and so on. While making sure nobody ambushed them. I guess I said that already. Yeah. So they wanted to make sure it was a smooth transition from slavery, putting the past behind you, to possibly having freedom and equality. So they say, which would mean when the clock strikes 12:01, it would now be January 1st, 1863, the abolition of slavery, meaning they would have abolished it as of 12:01 that morning. So that would declare all slaves in areas of rebellion, in the eyes of the government, in the eyes of the United States of America, you were free. You were free and allegedly had equality. But for some reason, nobody told the folks in Texas. So what was going on that the folks in Texas couldn't find out? Once you get in Texas, you stay in Texas. Once you leave Texas, you're not allowed to, come back into Texas. I don't know what was going on with that for almost 2.5 years. Nobody knew, or nobody was told you were free. That is until June 19th, 1865. President Abraham Lincoln at the time and one of his generals, they stormed Texas to free the rest of the people. Allegedly, once they found out slavery was still going on in Texas. So June the 19th, They pushed the words together and they called it Juneteenth. 1065 is well known as Juneteenth. So they combined June and the number 19 and they got Juneteenth. Well, makes sense. So I have questions. How do you celebrate this? How do you feel? Because I know Texas has been doing it for a while. So here in Philly, do we party? Do we have barbecues, cookouts, block parties? What do we do? Do we just celebrate the day off? Federal buildings, closed banks, all that kind of stuff. Do we dress the part? Do we wear certain clothing? Do we wear attire that will be made just for this occasion now? Should we all have flags on our porches, in our yards, swinging from our cars as we drive by with the little Juneteenth flags? Should we march? Should we march all across America? What should we do? To be honest with you, I'm a little puzzled about how we should celebrate. Do we salute our ancestors who actually went through the struggle? Do we reflect? Maybe we should just use this day to respect and learn from one another because let's just face it, Black people need therapy. The flag, Juneteenth flag, the red and blue flag with the star in the middle of a starburst, if I'm being correct about that image. Should we wave the flag? I'm not sure. I might have to get back to y'all on this one, talk to some folks. Maybe we could put a panel together and just sit down and talk about this. Juneteenth, what do y'all think?